This is my wife, Andrea, and as long as I've known her, she's had this knack for taking old, outdated things and turning them into something beautiful. So after seeing this about 1,000 times, I took it upon myself to make her a channel because she wouldn't do it herself. And so now I'm super excited to share with you the creative adventures of my DIY wife. Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Dean and Andrea, and today we're bringing you another furniture flip, but not just one piece, an entire set.
Yeah, I picked this 4-piece setup off of Facebook Marketplace for $200, which their pictures were awful, which is the only reason I think I got it, because probably people looked at it and thought, what even is that? They were grainy, it was dark, you couldn't really even tell, but I was like, just off of the shape of that, I'm pretty sure that is a really nice set. And I got there and I was like, yes, it's awesome.
This set underwent a massive transformation and turned out so beautiful, and it also was our largest profit margin ever. So stick around to the end of the video and let's get started.
But before we dive in, we want to thank today's video sponsor, Skillshare.
Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators. You can explore new skills, deepen existing passions, or just get lost in creativity.
You can take classes on drawing and painting, filming and video editing, and there's even classes on business and marketing.
I will be checking out Marquez Brownlee's YouTube success course as I do all of the production here on our channel, and I want to grow those skills. Skillshare classes are curated specifically for learning. That means that there's no ads, so you can stay focused, and they're always launching new premium classes so you can take your creative skills to the next level.
If you're interested in taking classes on Skillshare, be sure to check out the link in our description, as the first 1,000 people to use that link will get a free month on Skillshare.
Before you can start on a furniture set, you have to move a furniture set, and although these pieces were beautiful, they were definitely heavy.
Wow, that's a beast.
And I don't know what it was, but I was feeling extra spunky.
This set was already really beautiful without even doing anything to it, but I knew I wanted to paint at least parts of it to cover up some of the wear and tear from over the years while keeping as much of the natural wood as I could. I started by sanding the legs on one of the nightstands just to see what the wood looked like under the old finish and kind of get a feel for what I wanted to do. My plan was to do a really light stain on the drawer fronts of this set, which meant I needed to remove as much of that old finish as possible. As I started sanding the drawers, I decided I wanted to try using a paint stripper to more thoroughly remove the finish, but this required a last-minute trip to Lowe's.
So that meant it was up to me to take off all of the hardware. And this definitely took a while because I had 48 handles to take off. But I kept a good attitude about the whole process.
After getting back from Lowe's, I went ahead and started applying the paint stripper. Now, normally you would want to cover these with plastic wrap to keep it from drying, but it was working so quickly that I ended up not needing to do that. After scraping off the paint stripper, I used a wire brush, steel wool, and mineral spirits to scrub everything really good and get as much of that old finish off as I could. I'll also go ahead and add that I went to all of this extra trouble because after I sanded a couple of test drawers, I realized that the wood under the old finish just was not looking the same, and I really wanted to have a nice uniform stain color on all of these drawers. After the drawers dried, I went ahead and sanded them all really well, and at this point I tried a few test stains, and I honestly was not happy with how uniform the wood was looking and was seriously tempted to just put it all at the curb. So I decided we would take a break. We put it all in the garage and I came back to it later. And I got to take out some of my frustration in a bathroom demo instead. While we were working on the bathroom, I actually had another potential client reach out asking for a custom set with black paint and dark stain. And when I showed her a picture of this set, she loved it and wanted to buy the whole thing. The darker stain solved the problem of the uneven wood tone, as it would easily cover up and blend together some of the uneven areas. And with the problem solved and a client ready to buy, I had new motivation to get this set finished. I used Bondo to fill some of the areas where the veneer was chipped or where there were deeper scratches. Once the Bondo dried, I sanded that down and went ahead and did a good scuff sand over the rest of the pieces.
What happened?
I don't know. That's all I'm saying. What? Okay. We gotta get this all cleaned up. Next, I cleaned everything really good with a TSP substitute, and normally I would do this before I sand, but I honestly just forgot, and so I gave it a really thorough scrub at this point.
Next, Andrea hired me to grab some scrap wood and prop all of the pieces up to get ready for her to paint.
So I realized I didn't clean my gun out last time I used it. I've done that before and it's fine. It just takes a little more work to get it clean now. I used Fusion Mineral Paint in the color Coal Black for this set. And most of the time, if I'm using one of their darker colors like this, I don't worry about the priming as it bonds incredibly well on its own. The black is like cooler than I thought. I'm so glad we painted the base. They're gonna look really good. So while that paint dries, we're gonna go ahead and start staining all these drawers because there are so many of them. I'm using General Finishes Gel Stain and Antique Walnut. We're trying to get a nice dark stain on these and hopefully even them all out. And I don't know that this is gonna be enough stain, so that could be a problem. We'll see. 2 down, 22 more drawers to go. This is a lot of drawers. I'm doing a little sanding in between coats with a super fine sanding pad. My finish is actually, it's feeling really, really smooth, and so I don't feel like I even need to use the 220 grit like I normally do. So we're just gonna go everything really quick and then do the second coat. After the second coat of paint, it was time for the top coat. I'm using Minwax's polyacrylic and a matte finish again for this piece, and if you've watched my videos before, you know that when I use a dark color, I like to mix in a little bit of the paint with the top coat to avoid that streaky appearance, which in this case means I just don't clean my gun out and I use the residual paint already in there to mix in with the top coat.
Black paint out in the hot Texas sun is not a good combination, so we hired the chipmunk movers again to bring these pieces inside.
After we finished moving all of the painted pieces inside, I set up a spot in our sunroom so I could finish staining the drawers inside out of the sun. After I finished staining all of the drawers, they needed to dry for quite a while before we could put any sort of top coat, so it was a perfect time to take a break. We deserve a lunch break.
We deserve a lunch break because we beat the heat and we're ready to eat. You know what I mean? I didn't even mean to say that, but that was incredible.
Did we pay ourselves in food and ice cream?
Food and ice cream. Let's crank the AC. That's all I have to say.
It is so hot.
So where are we going to lunch? That's a good question. We need to figure that out.
I don't know. What do you want?
What do you want?
Do we want like Zoe's Kitchen again?
Zoe's Kitchen again. Let's go! After lunch, Andrea wanted to make a quick stop into Hobby Lobby because there was a sale and she wanted to see if there was any hardware that she could use on future pieces. She assured me it would be a quick trip. Hey, you almost hit that lady. This is almost a little overwhelming, wouldn't you say? Andrea's needing a little help, so I'm gonna help her pick out some of the best ones in here. There it is, the pink rose. It's beautiful. The chicken head knob, a classic. We've got an array of beauties here. The rainbow knob, the cow skull knob, the gun knob, the hand knob, and the dinosaur knob. Take your pick, babe. They're all beautiful. I like these. These are pretty cute. That's cool. All right, I've got 8. Load me up. I can take probably 4 to 5 more. All right, we had to get wise on it and get a hand basket. It's too much to carry. Yes. We'll take all of them. All that you got. 99. Okay, this is dangerous. We need to get out of here. We need to get you out of here. You're getting cigars? That's weird. Charlie, I love these knobs. Are we checking out or what?
We're checking out after we take a little tourist.
Okay. Why did I agree to this? Reconsidering my life decisions at this moment. So, does it always take you this long in Hobby Lobby?
We haven't been here that long. He doesn't know what he's talking about. We haven't even been to the back of the store yet.
Come on. This looks really useful. Let me get 9 of these. I'm really hungry. Oh, look. Tinkerbell? Are you in there? Tink? Ladies and gentlemen, it's a miracle. I think we're actually going to check out. Is that true? Time. 3 hours, 49 minutes. And you thought my Lowe's trips were slow.
Lies. We weren't in there that long. After I cleaned and scrubbed all of the hardware really well, I realized that these were not solid brass and the finish just wasn't wearing in a very good way, and so I decided to spray paint all of them. I ended up using a furniture wax to seal all of these stained drawer fronts because I really just loved the way it enhanced that beautiful wood stain. After I finished with the furniture wax, it was finally time to get all of these pieces put back together and ready to present to their new owner.
Wow, well, I'm just gonna give you a little round of applause because this set looks amazing. It looks so high-end, modern, clean, and I know that the new owners are gonna love it.
Yeah, I really feel like you just can't go wrong with a good black and wood stain and brass mixture, especially on these mid-century pieces. It just looks so like sharp, and it's a way of keeping it neutral but a little bit more modern, and just it's a look I really love.
So as we usually do, let's talk about the numbers on this piece.
So like I said at the beginning of this video, I picked this up on Facebook Marketplace for $200. We then turned around and sold the entire set for $1,200. We put about $75 between all of the paint, the stain, the paint stripper, the sandpaper. I used a lot of sandpaper, but I didn't have to buy any hardware because we reused the old hardware, and I didn't add any custom bases or legs, and so our all-in was at $275, and we had a profit of $925 on this set.
Yo! So that's obviously an incredible profit, but now let's break down how much time this project actually took you.
Well, the timing for this piece was a little bit trickier to calculate because I started out with one vision and then I was so frustrated by how that was going. It was not sanding like I thought it should. Then I ended up stripping everything, which is just a huge mess, and there were so many drawers because it's a massive set. So after all that, I put it in our garage because I was wanting to throw it at the curb and said I need a break. During that time, we found a customer who wanted a custom set, and she wanted a dark stain. So it turns out I didn't actually need to do any of that sanding, stripping. And so the painting process for this piece was actually incredibly straightforward and fast. And if I hadn't done all that extra work in the beginning, this piece would have only taken me about 5 or 6 hours total, including my drive time. So if I factor in only those 6 hours, then my hourly pay would have been incredible. In reality, I probably spent more like 10 to 12 hours with all of the extra work, and even then, the hourly pay is pretty good.
So that's it for this video. We hope you enjoyed this flip, and definitely stick around because we have some really cool projects coming up in the next videos.
Weak.
Well, I didn't want to scare you with my incredible clapping abilities.
Yeah, normally I'm like, ow.
I'll give you one good one. Are you ready?
No, it's okay. No.
Oh, can I show you just one like really good clap though? Just cover your ears. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god.
I'm telling you,
my eyes were closed. I didn't think you were actually gonna do it. Dang it.
My clap game is just up here. Ready? Oh, my hair.
Oh, you look like a goon.
I just want to make sure there's not a bunch of crazy stuff happening. Come on, man.
Oh, you look so handsome.
I need the hair and makeup.
I'm getting some wrinkles.
It's because I'm getting older and we have 4 children.
Oh.
Here we go. Smiling. Ready? Hey everyone, welcome.
I thought you could see my face. Sorry. I was like,
I can't.
sorry, I probably should not start us laughing.
No, you should not.
So like sapped of energy from painting out in the sun. I need like an iced coffee and some food, and then I'll be more entertaining.
Where's my key?
All my glasses have paint spray on them. I really like that piece.
Yeah, so there's a piece sitting right here. You can't see it, but it looks stellar.
It does. It will come in a later video, but
yeah, sorry to keep you hanging on that.
It might be my favorite.
Woo!
I'm like, nobody's gonna believe me if I keep saying that. If I keep saying that with every piece.
You're doing great on everything you've said so far.
I want pizza.
Me too.
That's all I remember about that restaurant but I'm pretty sure their tortillas were just like from Walmart.
So if you want to tip off on what an authentic Tex-Mex restaurant is and what it looks like and tastes like, if they bring tortillas out and it looks like they bought them from the grocery store and heated them up in the microwave, that's a no-go.
They weren't even heated out.
You need to get out of there right away. But if they have homemade, hot, delicious tortillas, chips, you're in a good spot. You need to sit down.
Maybe.
We realized that our kids have never actually seen this much cash at one time, and it gave our daughter some ideas, and so you might want to stay tuned because she may or may not be flipping a piece here shortly.